Hello, and welcome back
Hi.
to Strange Hunger.
DM voice.
It's so good to be here. It's been
Yeah.
weeks. You guys
It's
want to play some
long.
D&D?
I'm horny
D&D.
for it.
So much.
In this establishment? Last
Is
we
it?
left off...
Isn't D&D like problematic?
Oh my
Wait,
god.
are we
Cancel
allowed
the
to play
stream.
D&D in 2023?
Oh,
No.
Alex, you know, we both know a game that could be really cool at some point.
Yeah, let's just
But not right now.
cancel. I think
Let's
I don't want
it's all
people
over.
to throw dice.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to change the subject, but I did just hear in One More Multiverse a wolf howl, and I thought it was outside.
In New Jersey?
Classic
One
East
New
Coast
Jersey.
wolves.
I thought it was
Wolf
coming
from
from my
Jersey.
phone. I thought it was coming from my phone, and I was like, oh
You're howling.
It's
last
just
we left
Matthias.
off on Strange Hungers, the party traveled from the Rockhaven Inn, where they had been staying under the care of Tudwergar, towards the mountains of Valkyrie, where they will hopefully find the Order of Black Ice, Matthias's home turf, as it were, the Night Order that guards the wastes and looks out for travelers. They spent their first day under the guidance of Matthias fairly decently, and then moved on to their second day, traveling alongside, of course, Laura, the non-binary lunar sorcerer dwarf, who has been apparently not quite conspiring, but planning alongside the witch hunter Aldris, who has also traveled with them from the recent inn. The party learned that they have been hunting some kind of hags that are experiencing unnatural benefits due to the power of the moon, which has been acting strangely, becoming full when it should not be here in the wastes. After sharing stories from the Raj and training and trading conversation as they travel, towards the evening of the second day, after some interesting conversations, it was discovered that both Matthias and Aldris were missing from the campsite. Matthias found his way pursuing some weeping, crying noises, encountered this young-seeming satyr lady who he fled with from Aldris's pursuit. He seemed intent on finding something in the woods. And at the end of our session, this young satyr made her way somehow to the campsite of the rest of the party and warned them that Matthias might be in danger. We open here with this satyr standing before you. She appears quite young, maybe in teenage years, although those among you who have any experience with this kind of creature might know that they can live very long lives. Her eyes are tear-streaked and slightly red. She seems like she was recently crying. And her build is slightly unnatural. She is actually, instead of 4 or 2 legs, rather 3-legged, kind of bent back towards her haunches, but her upper torso, that of a young woman.
I have, and I'm sorry if this makes things uncomfortable, I have a really weird safety call out here.
Yeah.
Can we, in the lore of the world, say that, like, if a creature is an adult but looks like a teen, that's like a choice they're making rather than like a biological fact of their existence?
Yes.
Because I don't love the idea of, like, they're legal, but they look like a teenager, you know?
I will actually say this is very much a specific choice she is making.
Okay. Amazing. That's
incredibly deliberate.
fantastic. Okay.
super deliberate a choice.
This is some fucking Chris Hansen shit. I love it.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
Yeah, it's just manipulative
but
AF.
Good safety call out, and
yeah,
I will say yes.
Amazing. Great. I open fire. I'll let other people do the first reactions for this person. I think Oasia is immediately on their guard, though.
I think Taz is also like, just the daggers appear in the hands, but doesn't look like he's about to attack anybody. It's just very much like we're in the waste. This is strange and looks to Vice specifically.
Does anyone
Hello?
else have anything to say before Vice steps in?
I think Barden's gonna step forward. Someone needs help.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you okay?
I've been running for a long time, but I think I'm okay. I'm more worried about that man.
You said he was our friend. Could you describe?
Did you speak with him?
Yes, he saved me.
Kiara wants to pull out the little statuette immediately and be like, Matthias, are you okay? Are you in danger? What's happening? Where are you?
Alex, do I have access to that right now?
Yeah, you do.
I do?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then, God.
Surprise.
Can I have found a place to hide? Or, like, what's the status?
What's the status?
Yes.
What's the status right now?
Yes.
You're actively running.
Fuck. Okay. Great, I'm actively running and I hear this message from Kiara in my head, like, Matthias, are you okay? Oh, fuck.
It is ascending, so you can respond mentally if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Then he will respond mentally. And say, oh boy. Jesus Christ, what's he gonna say? Okay. I got too close to Aldris. And now I'm pretty sure he's hunting me. But I'm running. And I think it'll be fine.
Kiara's eyes go bug-eyed at this, and she looks at Taz and I guess out of character, what is our group chat situation?
I don't remember. I think that's a VJ call.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm pretty sure he set it up during the day, like when we started going, but it's night. It's like camping time, and I think it's done with by this point.
I think it would be done with, yeah.
And you can't do another one today?
I can do another one today. I just don't know if he would.
Okay, so that Kiara will
it.
look at you at that moment and be like, Taz, and just kind of like tap.
Okay,
the side
yeah,
of
he's
her
going
head.
to expend one of his psionic dyes, and everybody, including the characters and Vice, are in the group chat right now.
Okay.
Good
As soon as
distinction.
the group chat goes up, Kiara will report what Matthias just said back.
Why the fuck is Aldris hunted?
Why did he go out? What?
I don't want to find out. We should go get Matthias. How, though?
All right, one moment. And I would love to
Please
cast.
hold.
She's kind of like looking between all of you as you're
Yes.
standing there.
Like Barden is definitely has like a little handkerchief out and is like offering it to,
Okay, you're
like, and is talking, yeah, just like, what's your name? Are
She's-
you doing okay? And just does she look full of shit? Can I sorry to interrupt Sarah, but
Does
what
she look
this
full
look
of shit?
Does she look full of shit? Or is
Make
it
an
just
insight check.
sorry to interrupt, Sarah, we'll go back.
This could help with an insight check if you want to
Okay,
wait until I finish
Oh
my
yeah,
action.
okay. Then
Oh,
Sarah.
okay, go for it.
I would love to use it once per day. I can cast a ritual spell without within the time of a regular casting. And I would like to do that for detect magic on this bitch. I mean, it's the area, but
Okay. Let me see something.
listen, game respects game. But if we're gonna go on a rescue mission, I have to make sure that this person isn't gonna be left alone with our stuff.
Okay. I don't think she... No, she is gonna pay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ping me, baby.
she is red.
Red.
She is red. She is radiating transmutation magic.
Barden, step away from her.
Just still with the handkerchief, just like, does so? Confused?
Now, if you want to give me an
And
insight
yeah,
check. With advantage.
Thank you. Insight, yeah. I'll do that again. Oh god. That's a 14 plus 3, 17.
Yes. With a 17, you can tell that...
I mean, I've done a lot of pretending in my life,
Yeah,
you know.
it's just that she... I'll tell you what does seem genuine.
Mm.
Her worry for Matthias actually does seem genuine.
Mm.
In almost like a protective or possessive way.
Ooh,
The
hello guy.
everything else, like the tears, the appearance, seems so constructed that with Oasha's interjection,
Yeah.
even your like caring instinct, it seems this appearance seemed particularly constructed to appeal to a knight.
Mm.
Funny.
Yeah, like in the group chat. Not right. No. Not correct. And then just like turns to the others out loud, like, we should probably try and find Matthias if he's in trouble. Pulls out, like, starts to pull out the sword ready, just like, it's silver. Just in case, you know. Shall some of us stay or
Why doesn't our new friend here show us the direction that she came from, and that way we can track him down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm a little scared to go back out into the woods at night.
We'll keep you safe.
You won't be
I'm sure
alone.
you're very brave.
I could be brave.
Game respect game, but I am gonna rip her head off.
it's okay if you just show us which way. You can stay in the middle. We'll keep an eye on you, of course.
Okay.
Alex, one correction. Taz would have also put Neve into the chat. Like all of us that are recording
awesome.
together.
Neve.
So she knew what was going on.
And Neve might have fallen asleep at this point. I will say.
Aw.
Okay. She's in there.
Someone needs to stay with Neve.
We've got the
Laura's brothers will stay with
Oh,
Neve.
yeah.
Karstad and
We have a massive party.
mhm.
Yeah.
you've got a lot of people.
Just we've okay that they're okay to stay and look after the camp and
Yeah.
I also need Barden. You handed her your handkerchief. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Ooh. Okay. Wisdom saving. Oh, that was a nat 2023.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm so
you still
excited.
feel concerned about her. You know, there's no. She's looking at you with these big soft eyes and these little fawn antlers, and you're just like, this is bullshit.
She's
I
doing
think
that
she's
little.
still kind. Oh,
Yeah.
Don't look at me with those big eyes, and then.
Okay.
I think she still
you're
kind of
going to-
follows it up with like the pat on the shoulder, like, "Come on, we've got this." You know, trying to be keep it up. I can roll deception if you want me to.
You don't even need to. The hand on the sword, Oasia's tone. The act is still up, but I don't think anyone. Unless Kiara, can you tell that she's dangerous?
Kiara is just taking her friend's words on for it because Barden said something's not right. Looking at how Oasia responds, which I mean, Oasia responds to stranger danger, not that different. But Kiara's not very concerned about how dangerous she is. She is concerned about Matthias. So it's just like, whatever, we can deal with whatever. We're all together. It's not a big deal whether this person's trustworthy or not. Like, it's not important enough, I guess, in this moment.
Okay.
Also, the sword is not aimed at. Oh wait, we haven't even got a name. Sorry, as we're going. What's your name, honey?
Madeira.
Madeira.
Like the
Like
wine.
the cake.
Like the booze?
Like the booze. It's like my
Why
dear.
do they make Sloan shake their heads so hard?
You are
No.
not my cake, my friend.
Because Sloane's character is down bad.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna head out.
You see, she's intoxicating.
Oh, that was good.
You head out into the woods now. Some of you have dark vision, some do not. It's
Lit
getting quite
blade.
dark at this point.
Lit
in
blade.
the-
I'm ahead.
Okay, so your blade is a light.
Yeah, 10-foot radius. We've got light going
Great.
on.
Okay. And Matthias.
I'll be a beacon. Okay.
Yes.
You are currently running through the woods. You stayed ahead of Aldris for now. You can tell definitively, just your senses awakened on high alert as you are sprinting, that there are other things in these woods with you.
Oh, fuck me.
Certainly there are. Especially in the wastes and leading up to the mountains. Your mind is flashing through all kinds of creatures that could be out tonight. So I'm gonna need you to make, however you're getting away, if you do eventually switch to like trying to find somewhere to hide, if you are trying to avoid creatures, if you're trying to scare them off by being like loud and blustering, you tell me how you're moving, and I'll tell you what kind of roll to make.
What kind of creatures? Like,
Mostly beasts, probably. Just like the sound of more animal footsteps moving through the woods, or like scratching noises, a few bird calls. Some of them less natural, especially at night in the waste. They might sound more echoey.
is there anything out here, Alex?
Yeah.
That is really big and really mean.
Almost certainly. Almost, like, definitely. If you want to give me, let's call this a nature check. Probably with advantage because of your experience in the wastes. It could also be Arcana if you're thinking more unnatural beasts or monsters.
Something that would be very angry about being disturbed or having its territory trod upon. Do I get anything for being in the waste? I forget.
Advantage, I said.
Okay. 15.
Okay. You are certain that there are gnolls here, almost definitively. You also know that there are things called renders, which are sometimes found in forested areas. These are like multi-eyed beasts that will sleep under trees or under like rocks and things like that. They are created. They were I would say the legend of a render is that they were summoned at some point by a mage from the hells, but then were transformed unnaturally or combined in some way with a beast creature. They have short black fur, they razor sharp claws, kind of a monstrous, like if you combined a troll with a bear, that would be a render.
Jesus.
It's a
Okay.
baby.
What would be a great way to... man, if I could find one of these things, or just try and locate a nest, otherwise a place where they stay, something like that.
Yeah.
Anything like that, I think Matthias would try to find something.
Okay. You also, does your divine sense pick up monstrosities?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me double check. I'm not sure, but I don't know.
Just be
Divine
safe, fiend or
sense.
undead.
It says detect good and evil. A celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Okay, yeah, so you wouldn't be able to pick up a monstrosity based on that. That might help you find if there are any undead in these woods, which are also something that would be threatening, maybe not as big. So give me, because I don't think you've fought one of these things before, because you wouldn't have fought them directly. They're scary enough that you would, like, if one is awoke from its sleep under the earth, you would need a full party of knights to handle it. So let's do investigation or perception with advantage.
Absolutely fabulous. Okay. Ooh. 22.
Great. It is not too hard to encounter a monster in the woods and the wastes. It's pretty easy. To find a specific monster, one that's big enough to cause a genuine threat, is more difficult. If only because you have to be large enough and significant enough prey, or piss them off enough to actually encounter them. But you start to pick up some signs of larger creatures moving, if only because you are looking for, like, you start looking for bigger sections of the woods to move through, broken branches, disturbed earth. At one point, you run past just like a half-eaten animal of some kind that's been ripped apart, and then follow the smell of that blood and gore, like, smeared on the woods and in the snow towards kind of a sloping down area where some of the trees are leaning in a little bit. You're almost like skidding, trying to catch yourself as you are running down into this area where the ground is kind of sunken a little bit and there's not as much snow. Maybe there's like a bunch of leaves or some kind of decay or rot that's happened here that makes it pretty obvious, where the trees are actually kind of growing half out as you descend down this slope. And then towards the base of it, there are set a number of thick, dark boulders that are covered with, like, darker leaves, pine needles, and tree roots that are actually growing out of the side of the ground here because of how they've, like, fallen over, creating an entrance to a cave.
Entrance to the cave. Okay. Cool. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. If I can put myself in a position, like, get up into a tree, or maybe even on top of this cropping of rocks, I can wait until Aldris gets closer, and then attempt to cast a spell or something that will wake up the creature that seems to be... Ooh. Sorry, there's a weird bug on my microphone.
Oh.
What a strange little man. This is an omen. Anyway, attempt to wake up this creature so that it can meet Aldris when it gets here.
Okay. I'm gonna give you some cave boulders.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, would you make... I think at this point, you're trying to get on top of the boulders. So Just athletics with advantage. Not too difficult.
That shit. Jesus. The advantage is... Oh my god. That's a 28.
Yeah.
Um,
You just, I guess with your big old legs, you do a big old jump. That's what happens. But nearly silently, which is surprising for someone of your bulk.
I would say so. Oh, okay. What can I do here? What can I do? And then...
There.
What do I have in my inventory? What do I have in my inventory that I can use?
I'm sure you've got some meat somewhere.
I definitely have rations.
You got those big old legs.
I do have these big old legs that I can use.
You're just gonna hang your legs over the side and kick. Come get me.
Come and get me. What's in the surrounding area out here?
Tree roots, boulders, a lot of pine needles and dead leaves. There's enough of a smell of, like, prey or dead prey here that you could probably find some scraps of something that's been killed.
Are there any rocks around me? Anything like birds that have roosted, eggs, rocks, fucking anything? What's around me up here?
Yes. It seems like the amount of dead things that have died in the cave below have attracted all matter of, like, maggots, crawlies and creepies, a lot of bugs, maybe a few, kind of like a raccoon-esque creature that mostly just eats dead things. There might be a few, like, nests of them in the boulders that you'd have to kind of stick your hand in and try and, like, pull out a little scruffy gray creature.
Oh man, I feel really bad about this. I'm gonna try and get one of those creatures.
They're like vultures, but just for, like a land mammal.
Yeah. I would like to try and grab one of those guys.
Grab a creature while you're... So this is gonna be a sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Okay.
To grab a creature's tail out from behind some boulders in the middle of the night while you're being hunted.
Okay.
Rummage for creature.
Come on,
Yeah.
babes. Come on.
Failure here is slow and loud, meaning that it's hard to get something and it makes a lot of noise.
Noise might be helpful, so we'll see what happens. That's a 19.
Okay, that's very good. And then I'm gonna roll. These things are pretty dexterous, but you managed to just snag with your, funky sharp hands, with your little nails, the tip of a tail and pull out one of these things and like, kind of. You see spittle flying, these dark sunken eyes. It's got this, like, bushy gray fur, and it's just chewing on what could be a finger.
Nasty. I'm sorry. And he's gonna, like, use some of his fingernails and just, like, gut it.
Okay. It's easy.
And
You could
go...
imagine that if there were 50 of these crawling over you, they could take you apart in a second. But just one, fine.
And then he's going to take it and sort of... He's gonna, like, throw it over the edge of the cave, so it kind of, like, lands in the front area?
Mm-hmm. Right in front of it.
Do I have a sense of how far Aldris might be behind me?
He has been moving pretty quietly, as far as you don't have a sense of how long it's been taking him to catch up to you. You do know that he cast Hunter's Mark on you, and so he was pursuing you probably pretty intentionally, if not directly behind. You do get a head start as well.
Okay.
So might be you have at least a minute, you think. Maybe more.
I'm gonna lay flat to the top of this cave and see if the thing that I just did does anything at all.
Okay. While you are doing that, back to the rest of our party moving through the woods here. The Madeira that you are traveling with, the satyr, is very, very much tucking herself in the middle of your group, does not want to go towards the front, has like surrounded herself with the group of you, and is still kind of leaning, prodding very softly besides Barden. She's so much smaller than you. Well, no, Barden, you're 5'6", right?
No, I'm 6. 6
You're
foot.
6. 6
Mhm.
foot. She's much smaller than you. She's at least a few
I was about to say,
feet
Novel is like 5 foot, but
Kiara is
That's
5'6".
yeah.
And not
Uh,
short.
She's
Oh, wait, you still have your detect magic up for a little bit as you leave camp. I just want to say that generally, pinging out around you, there are some trees around here that stink of necromancy.
Like a good state?
If you want to give me an Arcana check, I
Yeah.
would say. If you point it out to anyone else, the only other person who I think might have a sense would be Taz. Could also make an Arcana check if you
Okay.
do.
That's a 16.
Okay. And funny question. Where you grew up, there were certainly trees, but this isn't something that would have happened on Yokul. You have been to the main... Have you spent more time on the mainland? Have you, did you ever go outside of Port Oostenval and travel a little bit in the surrounding area?
Ugh. I'm gonna roll a luck die for that because I think Oish was very I go where people tell me to go, so it's more down to Innsbruck. It's get in there, go west, young man. I rolled above a 10, so maybe once or twice.
Okay. Which works out very well because we do happen to know that there are some hags in the... there are some hags in the surrounding area of the Parelian coast and also Uarnalbara. So this is most likely... And did you mention to Taz at all? I just want to make sure to... Okay, no.
Sorry, Taz.
So,
Oh, God damn it! Tell me!
I may mention it after I get this information. I did also, last episode, Aldris was hag trees, and I looked up at them and I was like, they
That's
sure are,
true.
bud.
That's so true. Yeah, so the usually called corpse trees, these are trees that have been planted into a dead person, and then sometimes, especially if the dead person was magical at all, especially if they were a sorcerer, or if it was more of a fae or celestial creature, this would cause the trees themselves to have necromantic properties.
Okay. Okay.
On the way back.
I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Dead people.
Yeah, on the way back.
Basically.
So Detect Magic says that it can penetrate up to 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Am I sensing any magical items buried underneath the ground?
Okay.
Team rating in the waste.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I don't
start,
need it.
digging up a tree while you...
Depends. No, I might save the spot for later.
Digging up buds, sucking out souls.
Within the center of one of these trees, there is some item that is pinging, I think, abjuration.
Okay. What do I have? I would like to, at that tree, without saying anything. This is a very surprising thing. And I'm not trying to get to the heart of the tree. I'm trying to mark it for later. I'd like to use Ray of Frost and use my spell ability to change the damage into force damage.
Okay.
just to like make a mark in the tree. Yeah.
Easy.
I just go, and it splinters the tree a little bit, and I just keep walking.
You hear in your
Uh,
head, wait.
There's a magical item inside that tree I wanted.
Taz,
But obviously, we're on an important mission right now, so.
You go.
Thanks, Alex.
You were running.
Oh, also, these
Oh, wait,
trees
we're
have
running?
dead people planted in them.
Whoa.
Would that be a common way to die in?
I think
Skyrim?
it might be. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
Not in Skyhome, more in Nuar and Albara.
Okay, so I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
Taz do them.
Were
Hmm.
they dead when the trees were planted?
Most
Usually-
likely.
Usually the way.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's
So
just
it's just
better
like
than
a-
wasting space.
See, it's a ritual kind of, a burial ritual
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay. Just
If it's
checking.
done in a sacred way, it wouldn't produce this necromantic magic. If it's done
Yeah.
in a way that is, the use of necromantic magic must be applied while
Yeah.
this is happening. It's not just you plant a tree in a dead person. It's like you
Aw.
desecrate the body somehow, and then it
Right.
makes the tree fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah. I think OH will say, I think normally there might be some kind of ritual to it, but perhaps our newly found friend had something to do with the ways these ones are running specifically. Try not
Guess
to get
we'll find out.
buried.
Okay.
You. Okay.
When your friend says a spooky thing, you just keep going.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Someone's going to
Very
die.
good.
Fun.
Like,
Alright. Your light shines meagerly through the trees, their branches reaching out like clawing fingers in the darkness. Occasionally, the light of the bright moons does shine through. You are not in a particularly tightly wooded area, although you are moving into one, following the direction that this satyr is leading you. Moving as a group, although you can certainly move quietly, just in the crunch of snow, in the dead of night, surrounded by the noise of creatures within the woods as you are, you can tell this is a dangerous endeavor. Just letting you all know that being out at night in the wastes, in the woods, like this, is a dangerous endeavor. You could run into any manner of thing here. But she does lead you towards a copse that seems to have been disturbed. The bushes and trees kind of grow out into an open area. There are a series of trees that are these same necromantic trees, with the like sort of crossed over branches that Aldous had pointed out before. A set of 3 of them, very tightly packed together, with some runes carved into them as the light of your sword illuminates. And it does seem like the ground here has been scattered by a bunch of creatures coming in and out. Not just like human footsteps, but
Big boys.
like large clawed footprints.
Love it.
One kind of massive, almost like massive hand-shaped print that's just like crushed down into a bush here and is like cracked a tree. Like this is an area that draws creatures to it. And she says, this is where I left him. We took off in different directions.
I try and read the runes.
Sure. Do you know Sylvan?
No. No, god damn it. I am gonna copy them down anyway and just like to Awaish in our heads. It's like, I think I've got something you might like to see. Runes. I'm copying them, but I
Shrink.
wait, what?
That's just my eyes going like.
Oh. just
Or the
call you over
fucking
just for a
runes.
second. Just
Uh,
I'm
oh,
writing
wait.
them down.
As you were looking at these runes, Taz and Kiara, are you guys leading up the back of the party here? Are you you were kind of guarding?
Taz was in the back,
Guys
specifically.
in the back.
Keeping
Did
an
you bring
eye
Vice
on.
with you? I think Vice probably would have. Vice would have come. Especially concerns for Matthias. So, then you, Kiara, Taz, and Vice kind of looking around as the other three are kind of examining these trees. Just get that shiver up your spine of eyes on you.
Did we just walk into a fucking mushroom ring? Did we walk into a fairy ring?
Not a fairy ring.
Mm.
Much. I mean, fairies can be pretty nasty, but much
Not great.
different than that. Kiara, Taz, could you both give me perception checks?
Sure can.
22.
Perception. Okay. 18.
18. The two of you note that outside of the ring of trees, this more open area, there are maybe 3 or 4 dark birds that you just catch glints of light off of their feathers that are looking towards you, staring pretty intently. And Taz, the one closest to you, its eyes are weird. They're not black like a raven or a crow's eyes. They're white with blue pupils and bloodshot.
Wait, white with blue,
Are these human-esque guys on a bird?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay.
I think Taz will first off, Taz will say out loud, "Everybody be on your guard," and then inside to the gang, there are some strange birds, and one of them has humanoid eyes.
Are they human?
I can't. They're birds, but the eyes
They-
are wrong.
Yeah, pardon?
Can I either a history or have I read anything about any myths about birds with human eyes?
Nope.
No gods
nothing.
that look. No.
Yeah. And
That
also,
sounds
I'm going to say, Oash
Yeah,
and Barton,
I'm-
you two are looking at the
Yeah,
runes.
we're concentrating. Yeah.
True.
We're just
Karen.
going to keep going, right?
Just a second. I just want to see what these mean.
Oh no,
Might
I
be
meant
important.
they're watching us and we're just going to not ignore them like everything else is watching us. I think everything is watching us in here.
We'll stay on guard in case they attack, but
Okay.
Matthias has to be the priority.
Yes.
They keep kind of hopping between the trees to get a good eye on you as you guys are gathered in this area. Oash, you do speak Sylvan? Oh, yes. Yes.
Are they getting? Is it are they
Not
getting
close.
closer? Or they're just moving around. Okay.
Moving around to make sure they can see you at whatever angle you're at. Oash, you speak Sylvan?
Hell yeah, I speak Sylvan.
Yes. This is maybe an older dialect, something you might seen in a linguistics class, because Sylvan is often spoken by Snowkin, honestly.
My
it's not-
grandmother writes like this.
Exactly, your grandmother writes like this. It's got a grandmotherly hand to it. This is labeled as a banquet place. The tree has a list of kind of customs. It's you take off your shoes before entering this space. You bring a meal with you when you come to this place. You treat each other with respect. You don't shed each other's blood within the banquet space.
Put
It's
the
a
toilet
live,
seat
laugh, love
down.
sign. Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Yes.
Wash behind your ears.
Cute.
Leave every place with love.
Yes. Live, laugh, love.
Wait.
What does it say?
Something about an ancient poverty of a great evil.
Are you bullshitting me?
Why would I ever do that?
She genuinely looks at her. She's
They're smiling.
smiling.
A little bit like that wry smile that they get.
Barden's grin I know it's a bad situation, but they've never seen a way smile, so it's like, what does it actually say? Is it dangerous? Do we actually need to?
I think as long as we don't spill any blood here, we'll be fine. It's mostly just table etiquette.
For a forest? For a bit of the
Forests
woods?
can be kitchen.
Okay.
People who live in the woods have to eat somewhere, don't they?
I think I thought that this was in the head, but we can actually have that out loud. No, that could be out loud. That makes
I love
sense.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, excuse me, in our minds.
She
Amazing.
answers. Although Matthias did hear her speak in his mind, right? I did think she did that. Yes.
That's definitely
But-
showing a hand right there, wouldn't it be?
No, she doesn't
I
do
love that.
But she does. She's looking at the runes with you. You can tell that she understands them. Like she can read them, which would make sense for a satyr, anyway.
Right.
Okay. Are you guys continuing then after you've?
Mhm.
From this point on, because a number of creatures come to and fro here, I'm gonna need someone to make a survival check to see if they can chase down the most recent tracks.
My survival is +3.
I have
Okay.
+4.
Hey, you go, baby.
And since
Is there a way
Kara's
I can
not
help
doing-
since there's lots of snow in Skyhome, so I can help with tracks?
Yeah, the two of you can make. Kiara, you can roll with advantage
Yeah.
with Barton's help.
Sweet. And what I was gonna say is because this is kind of the big thing Kiara's focused on, she would also guide herself and like be
Makes a lot of
constantly
sense.
asking for help and stuff.
Mm.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for the help because one of them rolls was natural 1.
What?
And okay. What is math? I got a 4 on the guidance.
Barden's
that
just
is
pointing out like the different
a
kinds of snow, like the
21.
crust, and just being like, okay, you have to avoid this area. 21.
Yeah, Kiara doesn't understand snow. She's being propelled forward by just the need to get Matthias. Like that is the
Aw.
only thing that's guiding
Barden
her.
will still try and explain it. if
Yeah,
it doesn't make
Kiara's like,
sense.
look, there's a hole there.
Okay, we're going. Everybody, you ready? Dum. Barden will lead, like following Kiara's
You
guidance.
continue. It is. You begin to track a series of more humanoid footsteps through.
Big boy
You did,
steps.
Big boy steps.
Big
And
boy man.
along this pathway, you start to come across some of the same things that Matthias had come across. So, like, more open areas. Seems like a number of, like, large beasts have moved along this pathway. And then there are humanoid footsteps that are following. Like, you know, an animal that's been torn to shreds here, the blood on the trees, etc. So you were kind of offset at this point by around 30 minutes, I would say. You haven't struggled or lost the pathway, but whatever is going to happen, like with Aldris approaching now, happens around 30 minutes before you guys getting here.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough of this time offset that I want to make sure it's not like if combat starts, you guys aren't entering in after a few rounds. You will, if combat starts, you would hear the noise, and then maybe it would be like 10 minutes for you to run there. But
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys continue, Matthias, you've thrown down this animal here. Before we continue, does anyone need a bathroom break, or are we all still good?
I could take a couple minutes, but I can also do that while Matthias fights.
Yeah. Okay. If you, we'll take a break then after this scene with Matthias, but
Okay.
if you need to step away for anything, feel free to take a minute. Okay. Matthias, you throw down this animal here, the rich smell of blood splashing into the snow. Waiting a moment. There's a shift in the darkness beneath you. You see a puff of smoke, like something is huffed out, warm breath. in the cold air. And then a spiky crown of gray emerges. It's so large, just the tip of the nose here, bigger than your head. This face peeks out for just a moment. You see sets of 3 eyes, beady and yellow. And then a tongue, gray, lolls out and just licks up a stripe of snow and this creature, revealing the dirt beneath the ground, and then rolls it back into its mouth. You hear a single crunch, and then the head sneaks back inside.
Okay. So there is a creature here.
There's definitely a creature here. You're not sure if that was a render or not. There's just a big thing in here.
How can I aggro this thing so that it goes after Aldris and not me?
I want you to tell me the answer to your own question in terms of Matthias's experience with the wastes.
Well, to be honest, okay.
Carry him. Do a carry.
Can I see Aldris at all? Do I get any sense of where he is?
Give me another perception check at this point.
That's an 18.
Okay. You do not. Now, one thing I will say is that it's been to the point where you think he might have caught up with you. So you're not sure if he's hanging back or if he's here in a way you can't see him. So saying that, give me another perception check with advantage.
Okay. $22.
Okay. You think he's here, but you're not sure where. And that he might be invisible or hiding magically.
Motherfucker. Okay. Hiding magically, huh? Okay. That... Huh.
Makes it a bit tough.
He's not a celestial fiend or undead, is he? No, he's certainly not.
He... I don't know if I said this, but he did cast Hunter's Mark. He is a ranger of some kind.
Yeah, he sure is, isn't he?
Yeah.
You never know he's undead until you try.
I mean, that's true. That's very, very true. I'll do a divine sense just to, like, try it.
Pop off a divine sense. Okay. Your divine sense does tell you that the creature beneath you is not celestial fiend, fey, or undead. It is definitely a monstrosity. Or a beast. It's just, like, is relevant to certain spells. And that Aldris does not ping off of this, which means if he is here, he's not celestial fiend, fey, or
Damn. Ooh, I am well and truly stuck. And my boys are 30 minutes away from me.
Now, you could continue to linger here. The longer that you stay, the more there is a chance that they will just come upon you and find you. And that also you will... I mean, we're not close to sunrise at any point, but... the other thing I will say is there are a number of dead things around here. You can just get a sense for that. So if you did want to try and bring up your steed, you might have some source material for a steed.
Very interesting. Interesting concept. That's fair. God. So he's still laying low to the top of this rock outcropping. Then he kind of flips over onto his back and is just looking up at the sky and is like breathing heavily. There's a big ass motherfucker underneath him. Aldris is here. I can feel it. It's just got my hair is on end, but I don't know where. And he's looking up at the stars. Fuck. Okay. I can still try and get away. Potentially.
Yeah.
But. Fuck. This is really tough. Okay.
I just want you to tell me if you're going to try and wait it out for your party to arrive, or if you're going to take a move before they get here. You don't know that they're coming your way, but you do... They've been pretty aggressive about not wanting you to separate from the party, so there is a sense, like... I don't know. Maybe it's just, I will say, your party intuition, but I think Matthias would assume that they are looking for him at this point.
Yeah, probably. Listen.
He knows them well enough.
I feel like Matthias's typical response to things in the waste, or really anything, is to kind of go at it head on. How high up am I off the ground?
30 feet.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. In that case, we're going to take a 5-minute break here. Maybe closer to 10 minutes to let everyone use the bathroom, and I might set 1 or 2 things up in Multiverse, and we're going to rejoin after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. Hello. Welcome back, once again, to Strange Hungers. Matthias, you lie back, pressed flat against Boulder, feeling the cold underneath you seeping in. The moon's light overhead. You can tell, even in this stalemate, that there are creatures in the woods. Your party approaches farther off.
Okay. He is taking deep, steadying breaths as he looks up at the sky. And he reaches for something that I don't think he has yet used in this campaign. Staying flat to this rock surface, he reaches back and is gonna close his hands around the smooth surface of his longbow and is gonna pull it around and lay it flat against his chest.
You know it's bad when the paladin brings out the longbow.
And doesn't keep a lot of arrows on him. I imagine he's got like a flat little sort of thigh holster that he kind of like reaches down and pulls one out of. And he strings it. And it's just like, come on. And in one smooth movement is going to stand and turn and draw and scan the woods around, just eyes on a swivel, but is going to stand there.
Okay. Does an 18 hit you?
It surely does.
Okay. Amazing. Fantastic. You take first 8 points of piercing damage plus 6 points from Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
So that is 8 plus 6 is 14 points of piercing damage initially, as from the dark, kind of standing like flat against one of these trees, a figure uncloaks itself, like peels out of the shadows of the tree and appears into Aldris. You see the long silver hair, the elegant armor, as holding out probably a similar size longbow to your own, which is obviously made for someone of large stature, has had an arrow knocked and it flies towards you and catches, like, I would say more scrapes along your shoulder than actually pierces and sticks in, but even with that scrape you feel this bright flush of pain. And then there was something on the arrow, something like coating it or some element of it that then sends another burst of pain down your arm, and you can feel the muscles almost tremble and go limp from the spread of whatever this is, and you take an additional 9 points of poison damage.
Okay.
But you see him. He's, from your like elevated position, he hadn't entered anywhere close to the cave. He's on the edge here, so I would say maybe just on the cusp of like 50 feet from you.
50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Matthias winces from the pain because it's a big ass hit, and it knocks him off his center, but then he draws back up and trains his arrow at Aldris and says, I have you now, and is going to use a bonus action and cast Hunter's Mark.
Excellent. That's no save. You've marked him.
And having done that, he is going to gather his energy and shoot this arrow at Aldris. And hope to God that it hits. Here we go. With the intention of smiting.
Okay.
Uh, 22.
That will hit.
Okay. We're fucked up. We're in a bit of a position here.
Yes.
I'm gonna give that a 3rd level smite.
Okay.
Little 3rd level smite there. God. It's been a longest time. I always forget how much fucking smite damage I have to do to people. Here we go. So that is 2d8, and then another 1d8 for every spell level higher than first. So that's going to be 4d8 on top of my longbow, which is 1d8 plus 1. So let's do this. That's 5d8.
Oh yeah, you use your dex, not your athletics.
Yep. Here we go. That's 5 plus 7. That's 12. Plus.
Don't forget the hunter's mark.
Thank you. 12 plus another 7 is. How much is that? 12 plus another 7 is.
12 plus 7 is
19.
19.
19. Another 7 is 26. Another 7 is
33.
33. I think that was
Okay.
5. Plus Hunter's Mark, which gives me
D6
an extra
extra.
1d6 damage.
Okay.
That's 6, which is
39.
39.
Damn!
Is that including your +1 from your dex as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 39 total.
Woo!
Damn. You fire instantly as he uncloaks and reveals himself. Your arrow sings into his shoulder. This elegant elven plate mail or chainmail, whatever he's wearing, actually dents into it and then bursts with this like quiet white light across the armor you see reflected, causing, even from 50 feet away, an expression of intense pain on his face, his eyes just kind of blinking back. He falls against the tree and then slides around it, so you can no longer him directly. It seems like you also got him to lower his longbow for a second, and there's just sort of another moment where he doesn't come back around the side of the tree.
Do I
He
get to
lowered
do a
it.
second attack with...
Yes, you know what? Give me a second attack. I do think you would...
It says
in
that
a
I can
moment,
attack
as he-
twice when I take the attack action.
Yeah.
Just another real quick as that lands.
While you still have a beat on him,
Yes. That's an 18.
that just hits.
Okay. Okay. I see you, Aldris. You and me, baby. That's 9 points of damage.
Okay, another 9 points of damage. This one, I think, catches his footing. Like, as he's moving around the tree, harries his footing. Less of a actual damage and more of, like, exhausting him
Okay.
to avoid it.
That was another d6. So that's 13 points of damage. Sorry about that.
No worries. 13 points of damage. That is a big chunk of damage. But there's another moment here where you wait, you still have your bow drawn to see if he steps back out to take another shot at you, and it seems like he is staying behind the cover of the tree.
Oh, I'm moving. I'm not staying up here.
You're moving?
I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna move towards him.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to have the two of you roll initiative
Great.
here. Now that we're going back and forth. And then I'm also actually going to have the rest of the party roll initiative in this moment to see if any actions are happening here, now that they might start making noise too. So, let's see, he's a ranger. Rangers get an advantage on initiative, I believe. It's a 21 for Aldris.
I did not do that good. I got a 9. It's fine, everybody.
Okay.
It's fine.
Neve. No. Vice. No. Darren. Yes.
Did this guy say that he had a wife?
Darren, yes,
Partner,
Aldous has a
right?
wife.
Wife.
Darren got a 7.
Darren got a 7. Here, wait. Let me do these guys in order. So that was a 21 for Aldris. Matthias, what was your initiative?
9.
9. Okay, great. Darren got a 7. What?
Yes, he got a 7.
Also 9.
9. And what? Let's see. Vice got a 7.
Mhm.
And then Taz.
23.
Hey!
Fucking
I just love
rogues.
watching Vic wait to reveal
Yeah, just
it.
waiting
Like,
patiently.
You guys
All
don't know
smug,
yet.
like.
And Awish.
12.
And what was Novel?
I got a 14.
A
It's
14.
great.
Glorious.
I
Okay,
love
let's-
rolling initiative with advantage. It's great.
I think everything has set up.
Just so we can confirm, because I don't want Matthias to die, do Rangers get advantage on initiative? I thought it was only barbarians.
I think it's some
Oh.
rangers.
Yeah.
What subclasses?
Paradox says that.
I just
Rangers get
don't
to add
want my boy to
wisdom.
die.
They added wisdom.
Thank you, Paradox.
I think that is it.
Barbarians.
When you are in natural terrain, you have advantage on initiative rolls.
Ah.
He's not from here.
Is he? We don't
He's
know.
from away.
This place seems pretty natural.
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to him. Seems pretty natural.
It's
here.
natural to you.
Yes.
Wait. Here's the thing. If Matthias gets advantage on everything, does he get advantage on initiative? If it's a dex check.
He does not.
Oh, boo. I tried real hard.
No, I'm glad that Alex gives me initiative on nature. Like, that's enough. That's enough for me. I need it.
On what?
Nature.
Advantage on nature.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Alex, the kindest DM.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh,
Okay.
The
Crows.
coast.
I just feel like those crows need to have
Whoa.
human teeth next. I don't know. Is it just me? Got human eyes.
But
and
you
some
are
human
not.
teeth.
You are not his favorite enemy. So
Aw.
Or possum style, like human
That's
fingers
reserved.
instead of claws. Yeah.
for his wife. She is his favorite enemy.
no.
Yeah,
He
it's
is
gay.
fine.
Gay.
Oh.
What? Wait. Well, I mean, is he gay? We don't know. He could not be,
he's
and thus
gay
therefore we must
enough.
fight him. Oh, if he wasn't gay, we'd have to fight him.
Gay enough.
Listen, he turned down my advances because he has a. I didn't recall saying.
I'm not into
Um,
that.
We didn't
You're
record
cutting
saying that
out a
because your voice
bunch,
cut out just as you
Vic.
said that, which is very funny. We didn't record me saying.
I will also say, since you asked, he is of the Monster Slayer Conclave.
That makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
Matthias is not a
Does that count
monster.
for you?
It is less about. It gives you can like focus on certain prey. It's not
Mm.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a type of prey. It's more that you.
That's
focus on
cool.
it. Yes. Okay. So then, with you two initiative here, you both firing arrows is not super loud, but Matthias, you said you're moving down. So I'm going to start with your turn in initiative for now, and then back to him. So let's see, Matthias. It's your go.
Oh, okay. Shit. Can I close with him?
Yes, for this, I'm saying we're kind of moving on your turn. You don't get another immediate attack.
Okay, great.
Right.
Great.
Movement.
This is my movement. So you said he was 50 feet away from me.
Yes.
I have 30.
And you're 30 feet up.
I'm 30 feet up. So I'm just like I'm scrabbling down.
Yes, if you want to climb down the boulders, your athletics is strong enough that you can do it decently. If you want to do it quietly, you have to actually roll.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
See how fast I can get down these guys. It's a 26.
Yeah. You do it very easily.
Cool. Yeah.
So now you've climbed down the boulders. You're at the entrance of the cave here. You can come along the side, like you don't immediately climb down to the front of the cave, right? But across from this more open clearing where there's this like licked clean stripe, right, of dirt, there are a number of like small bones, decay, rot. You can tell that many things have been eaten in this clearing. So if you immediately cross across it, he'll probably have a good line of sight on you. The creature inside the cave, if it is still awake, might also have a line of sight on you.
Can I be to the side, like slightly to the side, the mouth side of the cave, so that the creature doesn't fucking yoink me?
Awaken the beast.
You're kind of over there. Right now. And then you can see across, 2. There we go. You can see across 2. Aldris from where you are. I'd say more like trees and stuff on this side too.
Gotcha.
With what you're wearing, you do blend in pretty easily to the boulders. I love that we can just see this like one little pixel white face of Maddie, and he's probably wearing a hood.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I stay there and try to get whatever cover I can, I guess.
Okay. I'll kind of tuck you behind a tree there.
I'm going for him. I am going for him.
Okay. Between the two of you, you can both step behind trees, so I'm going to say when you're behind a tree, that is equivalent to full cover, in that you just can't shoot at each other for that. So I'm going to step back for a moment to the rest of our party on their initiative order and say you guys continue to navigate through the woods. You know what? Madeira, standing in the middle of your group as you continue forward, pauses for a second. Just like stock still. You hear the hoofs kind of poop. And then she goes, "He's hurt. We have to hurry."
Then by all means.
How do you know?
I told you he protected me. We made a connection.
Can I insight check when that we made a connection real quick?
Kiara
Like-
glaring. like
Like-
I made the connection with him. Fuck off. I'm the
Sure, you can all
majority.
you can give me insight.
Okay, excellent.
I'll do
gonna
insight.
be,
Yeah.
a 24.
Ooh.
And particularly is like
It's fine,
it's like
you got it.
it's like
Oh, yeah, mine's nothing.
it's trying to get a vibe off of what that means exactly, because that feels like we made a connection and now you can feel that he's hurt. What does
Yeah,
that mean
that's-
exactly? What do you mean? What do you mean?
She's possessive.
We got a fist fight.
Okay.
And proud
Yeah.
of it. We made a connection. Even though she's doing the like pouty face worried.
Mm.
In everybody's head, Taz will say, I'm a bit worried she's bespelled our Matthias.
Well,
I don't think he would agree to another. Like, I could tell when Matthias is hurt when I have the warding bond up, but that required components.
Mm-hmm. The way there's something possessive and proud of it in those words, and
Yet she ran away from him instead of going to
something
help him.
whatever
Well-
it is, she's useful to find him, and then I'm
Mhm.
sure a knock on the head will make things right.
And if she
Hmm.
says he's hurt and is
We go.
possessive, then she might be right.
This is as we're walking, though.
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
not just-
We're
Just
not
standing.
staring at each other. Like,
She actually starts to take off in a run.
Perfect.
We're running
Well,
with her.
A gallop. All right, you guys start running.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dashing 70 feet.
I'm trying to think how she gallops with 3 legs.
It's
Very carefully.
it's
Is
a
it like
weird
1 and then 2? Like
yeah, it's 1 and 2.
ba-dum,
Ba-dum, like this.
little tripod.
She's
I
a
love
little.
her.
She's very
Daddy's little
sweet.
tripod. Okay, that
Could be
sounded
bad.
worse. I love
A
her.
little
Okay.
waltz.
I love her.
Mhm.
Okay. Then
She did nothing wrong.
Of course not.
Taz, you are most likely the fastest, although you are still exhausted. Keep in mind that like sprinting a certain number of rounds in a row can cause you to make saves on exhaustion. But it's not. You're not running like a mile. Maybe a mile. Would it, Taz? Would you give me a Constitution saving throw? It's a DC.
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, 14. So 16 total.
Okay. The rest of you running, you're closing in, but like I said, there's still this time delay. Maddie did wait a while, like laying there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, so there's more of a chance you can hop into the combat now that you're running and he waited. Still, you're in the woods in the dark trying to find 2 people who are moving quietly. Now back to Aldrich's turn in the order. He has full cover from you, Matthias, so it's hard to tell what he's doing, but there's kind of like a shattering sound across the clearing. A soft glass breaking noise. And then see, you hear another low growl. And you see poking its head out, just as you sort of glance over, from where Aldrich was standing, like right by there, is a white furred head. A polar bear.
The fuck?
Like trots into the clearing.
come-
Along the edge.
Companion?
Pounces, but like kind of jumps very abruptly, I would say, towards your position. He has cast Conjure Animals and summon. Big old guy. I'm gonna add him to Multiverse. That was his action, and he continues to stay in cover for the rest of his turn. So, Maddie, you have another go here. Polar bear.
That is concentration.
Conjure Animals is concentration.
So he loses Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So he's still 50 feet away from me.
He is now within the trees, closer to 25 feet. away
Okay,
from you
so I
because
can
you
get
don't-
there in a movement.
You can get there in a movement. I
Okay.
only have a brown bear, not a polar bear. But the bear is between you and him you could cut across the clearing, but he's kind of directed the bear along the edge of the forest here to cut off that, like, if you're moving through the woods, the bear is looking for you.
Then I guess I'm going straight across the clearing.
Okay.
Full fucking sprint. And I'm pulling out my greatsword.
You charge with heavy steps across the clearing, and the gray head you had seen, you get a glimpse of it as you run across the clearing. The 3 beady eyes. It is not draconic in the same way a dragonborn is, but it is almost lizard-like in this very long snout with these ridges of gray stone that could have come up and then back down the side of it. You're unsure if its full body could actually exit the cave just from the size of the head. Like, most of it, the bulk of it, must actually be underground. Like, buried underground. These boulders must have been here for a long time. You're sure if it were to emerge, it would disrupt a large portion of the ground. But the eyes follow you as you sprint. And you come up to the tree, like, you're on the other side of the tree where Aldris is.
Yeah, I'm gonna strike first.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, here we go. With my Soul Eater. Yeah. As he turns around the tree and kind of has Aldris between himself and the tree, he kind of, like, kites around him to, like, get up into space and push him back against the bark of the tree. He's gonna attack twice with the Soul Eater. That is a dirty 20 to hit on the first attack. Which is...
Seems a little surprised.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
6, 11, 17 on the first attack.
Oh, sorry. That's damage. 17 on the first attack.
And then comes back and cuts the opposite direction. That is so fucking close. It's a 29. One day I'll get a critical. That's a 29.
That'll definitely hit.
I'm going to smite on that one. Second level, so that's 3d8 in addition to what I'm about to do. Here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 slashing, and that's 4, 10, 18 radiant damage.
Okay.
What about your hunties?
That's true. Oh my god, and an additional 2d6. That's another 8 points of damage.
2d6 from the Hunter's Mark? Did you upcast it?
Because I get one for every hit, I think. I attack twice. Right?
Oh, yes. Hunter's Mark, I think, is every hit.
Whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
Yes, cool. Okay. 1 second, I have to do some math.
Not math.
How much was that?
Okay.
I'm too gay for math.
You significantly wound Aldris. I would say that with the 2 strikes of your sword, you see the armor that he's wearing, this thin layer, dents in where you've struck him and compresses him, like doubles him over. Probably broke a rib just from the sheer force of that greatsword swinging into him.
And as I have him doubled over, like pressed up against this tree, Matthias is going to say, fuck. He's gonna think fuck, but he's gonna say, you do not need to be an enemy of me.
No intention. until I found you in these woods, collaborating with my prey.
I don't know what you're stalking beyond what you've told us, but I have been collaborating with no one.
Her scent is on you now.
The creature.
And as you are standing close to him, he is going to push you away with his 2 short swords. The first attack on you, Maddie, is a 15.
Misses.
Rolled very poorly. And then the second is a 17.
Also misses.
Do you have your armor on, or did you take it? I'm trying to remember.
It should be on?
Should be on? Okay, great. Then both strikes go into your armor, like underneath the cloak that you're wearing. You don't feel them, although you can tell metal strikes metal. And then with his bonus action, provoking an opportunity attack, he is going to dash away from you. He's going to move away from you, and then use his bonus action to dash. So you get an opportunity attack here.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
I'm a monster now. I am kind of a monster. That's 8 plus 6.
You're monsters.
So that's 14. Points of damage.
Damn. He's still up. As he moves away from you. You have done
He
a collective...
He can't move away from me.
He can't because you've got...
I have Sentinel.
Fuck.
Actually, I have improved Sentinel.
Oops. Oh no, Aldris.
Oh,
Wait, what does
God.
that do?
So I get a couple of things, but when I hit a creature with an opportunity attack, it becomes 0. That's standard. But on top of that, I have a class ability that when I hit with a melee attack, they can't take opportunity attacks until the start of my next turn. So
You've done a collective 120 points of damage so far to Aldris.
Fucking paladins, man.
shit.
You snag him as he tries to duck under and away from you, and I think just like sword at his throat, honestly, preventing him from sprinting.
What creature? What are you
That-
after? What does...
The hag.
Fuck. I think he's putting it together in his head.
Yes.
Activate
this,
this
like-
memory.
There's still this quiet voice, this presence of saying you have to protect her from the influence that she had on you. So it's hard to consider that person to be a threat.
Mm. Okay.
Does Matty get a chance to go past that with wisdom saving throws?
Not
Am I wrong?
in this case. No.
Gotcha. Thank
Not
you.
for this. This is a one and done effect. There are ways to break it, but it's not damage and it's not ongoing save.
There's sort of
So-
something else that I want to say, but I also want everybody
Yeah.
else to get a chance to like do
No.
stuff.
Please have this scene. Please.
Okay. Okay. If I have him snagged,
You got him snagged.
Matthias is thinking, and having like seriously hurt this person, is going to say, I haven't trusted you from the beginning. didn't want you to travel with us. You're more trouble than you're worth. And I think if you want to survive, you should leave now.
Okay.
I'm going to drop him to the ground and sort of back away from him.
You drop him, kind of stepping away, and then you see a gigantic clawed hand reach out across the clearing, grab the polar bear, full-fisted, and then just pull it into this mouth and lick it up in a bite. And then the head tilts and sniffs. You see snow up into the nostrils from the force of it, and it pulls its way out into the clearing, just a shoulder and a head out of this cave. But full force covers the clearing up to the two of you.
Oh, shit.
Back to the rest of the party.
Briefly enemies. Now allies.
You have been.
We were
sprinting
rushing.
Towards,
Yeah, we're running.
Rushing. There is a cut off howl and a crunch. This is a conjured animal, so it doesn't really, it's fake. Just kind of
Like
close.
eating a Cheeto and, it just kind of melts into nothing.
Yeah.
It's not really got substance.
How disappointing for that big old creature.
But you do hear that. And then Madeira almost kind of like doubles over, and her two hands become part of the run as well.
Oh.
As she picks up, I'm going to say that you come within sight of the clearing now, because the giant gray head that just like the eyes that are emerging from the trees splinter and split so much of the wood that you actually get a bead on these two small figures before this giant creature as you come into 60 feet range. And then we're going to be in the initiative order. So it's going to be Taz up first, like distance-wise, not initiative. Taz and Madeira, and then Oasia, Barden, and Kiara kind of just behind there. And I'm going to put you guys on the map
Hell
where
yeah.
you
Also-
are.
The moment that a Barden sees Madeira on all fours, all five,
All fives.
there is just like a twinge of jealousy. Just like,
Aw.
Aww.
let me be creature. Want to be creature.
I want to be
Creature.
creature.
Creator.
I have to make a creature that's big
Creature.
enough. Oh, that's good.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
looking at
fair.
it yet.
Oh my god!
That's perfect.
Where?
It's
Fuck off!
kind of big.
I'm gonna make
Alex.
it a
I
little
love it.
smaller.
Are you sure?
Alex, listen.
If we reduced it, we could make it like a friend. Like
There we go.
a couple of times.
Oh yeah, that's way better. Now it's fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
let's scoot our butts down. Or okay, we'll do it in a minute.
There we go. Just gonna call it Big Creature.
Creator!
He's so there.
But right
But
now
think
it's just the torso, head, and the
Shoulder.
You know what you should see when you look at that?
A friend.
A big bag of XP.
All right, let's get that level.
Get that level!
I cast power
Whole
word
bag of
beast
XP.
die.
listen, enough XP to bump us up 2 levels?
I wouldn't say so.
I mean, fuck,
Okay.
I'll take one.
That would be fucking nuts
Alright,
if we lapped
now-
11 from one creature.
He's a big guy, but it's not like a Turesk. It's just a big one.
Also, away it's just like a very good heart to eat if you wanted to eat a heart.
Dinner for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Meat is meat.
Okay.
I have a
This
friend.
negotiate. Okay, so we just had. I'm gonna start from the kind of top of the order here. Taz, you are 60 feet away from Matthias, Aldris, and this creature. So let me make sure you're 40 feet, or maybe even a little further back right now, right there, with the rest of them behind you coming from the camp.
Okay. Okay. This is fine.
Goodbye, bear.
Fine.
Goodbye, bear. Good night. Good night, Siri Prince.
Good night.
You don't
Good night,
at
Moon.
all.
Okay. Alex,
Yes.
do you feel like it'd be fair to say that, like, as we got closer to whatever, Taz had empowered his little guys, like he'll use the die in preparation for coming up on a fight. Okay. So then what he's gonna do is he's gonna run up. Let's see, so that he is not outside of the standard range. Okay, come on. Why can't I move my man?
It should be your turn. Let me double check to make sure. Tazriel's turn. User settings.
It is my turn.
Everyone can move freely. Having trouble WASDing? Oh, there you go.
He's gonna be right here. He's gonna be right there.
Perfect.
And then he's gonna throw 2 psionic daggers. Is not gonna get sneak attack on these, unfortunately. No, nobody's within 5 feet.
And you weren't hidden from the creature. It's
Yeah, I'm not hidden. I didn't like. So it's just gonna be a D6 and a D8 to start off with. All right, first attack. 16 plus 7, I think it is, so 23.
that will hit.
Second attack, natural 20.
That will also hit.
Okay. So the first attack was with the D8 one, so it'll be 2. The D8. And I'll just give you all damage. 6.
This massive thing seems to be a pretty easy target, but it is the same gray as the boulder surrounding it, so you're not sure what it's made of.
Okay. So in total, that's going to be 10, 16 points of psychic damage.
Okay, 16 points of psychic damage with the crit too.
Yeah, I didn't roll great.
The eyes of it, these 3 set eyes, are intensely focused on the closest creatures to it. Doesn't seem to care that you've hit it from so far away.
Awesome. And then with the rest of my movement, I'm coming behind this tree.
Okay.
I'm getting sneak attack next round.
Great. It is back to Aldris's turn. He, from where he's fallen on the ground, kind of... That was a very stupid decision to make.
To me?
Yeah. He's not talking about letting him go. He's talking about the big guy.
Well, I was a little desperate.
He is going to use his bonus action to focus on this creature as his Slayer's Prey, which is kind of like an additional Hunter's Mark. And then having used his bonus action, he is going to use his action to cast... That might be fun. Let's see. He is going to cast Guardian of Nature.
Hello?
He's going to use
Oh, this is a cool spell.
action. And he is using the Great Tree form.
Fuck yes.
So his skin shifts. He grows. From his long silver hair, these elegant silver leaves begin to sprout, and he kind of stretches out. His hands split into long branches, and he gains 10 temporary HP. And the ground around him splinters out into like roots as the area around him becomes difficult terrain for 15 feet for his enemies, not for Matthias. That is his action and his bonus action. He then takes... You guys aren't currently engaged with the creature. You have maybe a little bit of space. He's going to take a full 30 feet of movement back into the trees away as far as he can get. Are you going to opportunity attack him this turn, or are you leaving it?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I want him to leave.
It's a full like tree sprint away. It's almost like moving in slow motion, but he's just bigger than he was before. That is Aldrich's turn. And creature.
Hi, creature.
Creature. Big creature. Let's see. Matthias.
Yes.
I think you're my closest guy.
Uh-huh.
So first the scooping hand comes toward you. Just, you can see it blocking out the light of the moon. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. He's got 10 foot of reach.
Oh my god.
And
Big boy.
you take 15 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Okay. Here we
I
go.
think
You're
you
good at strength.
I am
have
good
your
at
own
strength.
bonus from
You
to saving throws, right? The +3?
Yes, I do.
My
19.
my throat.
19. You are not knocked prone.
Okay. Great.
Then with his second attack, that's an 18 to hit.
Yeah. Beats it.
Okay. An additional... Oh! I rolled max damage. An additional 24 points of slashing damage.
How did you roll max damage? That's a shit ton of damage.
And
Voice.
another strength saving throw.
Okay. 20.
You stay standing somehow as these two things slam down into you. And then his bite is 5 foot reach, not 10 foot reach. So instead of doing a third attack on his multi-attack, he sinks his teeth into the ground and then pulls his body forward towards you, trying to get out from underneath the ground. So just like a crunching into the ground with these massive teeth, and pulls himself towards you. That is the creature's turn. Next in the order is Novel.
Seriously, my heart is in my fucking throat right now. Ooh, okay, so each square is 5 feet, is that right? Sorry, it's been a while. Or is it 10?
You
Oh,
are
no.
currently, each square is 5 feet, and you should be around 65 feet away from the creature. Maybe closer to 60 because it's pulled itself closer. So around 60 feet.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 55. Okay, I'm gonna scoot myself closer so I'm actually 60 feet away.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah, I'll go there. Okay, I think there is a moment of Barden, but Novel staring at this creature that has emerged from the depths, and just mixed and very opposite feelings of awe. And yet, like, there's a thrum in the sword in their hand that just rings with disgust and the urge to just annihilate. And it's like a very strange mix. And you just, Barden, like, blinking and going, okay, and running to I think she's probably seen how close the range is on that thing. So I'm going to, okay, sorry, just so I've got it. It's come out of a cave, correct?
Yes.
There's a back of a cave, right? Like, there was the bit where Matty was stood on top of.
It's not out of the cave.
But there was like a mouth that I could climb on top of.
There's a mouth, and then there's boulders. So you can climb on top where Maddie was, yeah.
Because I love that I've still got my spider climb on right now. That's so sexy of me.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go 5, 10. Can you ping me where the mouth would be? Just so I can start. I've only got 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm going to say...
It's kind of right behind him.
Okay, I get about here. But as I'm running, sword in both hands, swinging it around my head and aiming it and casting fairy fire, like on the 20-foot radius of this creature because it's huge. And
it is huge.
There's something in Novel's head as they do this, and they just go, Solas! And then
okay,
bright.
That
actually no, you have to do a dexterity, so it's
I have
14.
to do a
gotta
dex
be.
save. Okay, let's see. It's hard for this thing to move.
I know, which is great for me.
right now.
My brain is thinking it shouldn't be dexy.
You know, I'm thinking it should have disadvantage, Alex, but what do I know?
It got a 9.
Yeah. It is shining with golden honey fairy fire. Like its head just wreathed in flame. And just there is something that lights itself in Novel's heart, just seeing it. And then they're climbing. They're just like sword back in the thing, climbing.
There we go.
And also, obviously, bonus action, raging as they go.
What kind of rage?
As they're climbing, the mouth begins to split. Very subtly. Along the 3 sections, just... And there's a little bit of snarling as they go.
You're concentrating on fairy fire. Please don't apologize for having a sexy barbarian. Oh wait, it is your turn.
I see Matthias take just a shit ton of damage. I sigh a little bit and call out, I don't really want to get close to that thing, so it would be convenient if you could stay up. And then I'm going to retreat 20 feet.
So you're 80 feet away.
And so I'm 60 feet away from Matthias.
Okay.
Then I've measured this out. It's like right here. And then I'm going to use a bonus action to cast or summon Manifest Mind right next to Matthias. So you see the little spiritual Darren pop up beside you, Matthias. And I'm going to use my low manifested mind to cast at 4th level life transference. You sacrifice some of your health to mend another creature's injuries. You take 48 necrotic damage, which can't be reduced in any way. And one creature of your choice that you can see within range regains a number of hit points equal to twice the necromantic damage that you take.
And you're casting it at 4th level, so is that with the upscaled?
No, that is the 1st level that you are able to cast it at. It's a 4th level spell.
Perfect.
Oh wait, it's 3rd level. 5d8 necrotic damage. I have to reroll that. I only have 4d8s on me. Okay.
Oh wait, you're a little wizard.
Yeah, but I'm so far away. That's the thing, is that if I can do so many spells from range, I don't need these hit points. This is a resource.
Okay. As your cleric, I'm just going. Ah!
You can heal me, and then I can do this to Matthias, and it's good action economy. You know?
Okay, fair.
Yes. I love rolling high for damage that I'm gonna take. All right, so that's 6, 12, 18, 21. I have to roll one more. 28. So Matthias, you get 56 points healed.
Oh. Damn.
While I take 28 damage.
56.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So you hear Awaish call this out, retreat. You think, what the fuck does that mean? And then you watch as all of the ink that is on them disperses out of runes and kind of turns black as it sinks into the natural vascular system of Awaish. Like it looks like these black veins on their body. And then it like pulses with this frightening black light. They stagger to the ground and it like shoots out in a beam towards you from the manifested mind and cloaks you with it feels cold and it feels constricted and it feels like it's going to choke you to death for a moment. And then it sinks into you, the breath passes, and you realize that a lot of your wounds have mended.
Damn. You took me from like 30 something to like 94.
I got you!
Holy
transference.
shit.
Big sacrifice, big payoff.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay. Awaish, that is your go. Next in the order is Kiara, who is too far away. He should
too
be
far
closer.
away. So Kiara watches what happens and quickly in that moment has to change plans. Originally, they were going to go up into battle, but they just watched Awaish, like, essentially. Kiara has taken damage from Matthias before too. She knows what that looks like. So Kiara is going to back up to where Awaish is and put, ineffectually put herself between Awaish and the battlefield, and just
Not
be like,
ineffectual for my heart.
and I have very epic music playing on Spotify in the background. It's very heroic right now. You should know there's a swell of music. And Kiara will just be like, the sooner we get rid of this, the sooner I can help you. And Kiara's gonna do something which I don't know if we've done yet, but Kiara's just gonna say, like, I think Kiara's eyes start glowing more than just the Aasimar glow. It says there's just anger in here now, because she saw Matthias take a fuck ton of damage. She saw Awaish take a bunch of damage. Kiara's throwing a fucking fireball at it.
Oh!
Yes.
Fireball!
Fireball!
Yeah.
And this damn party's gotta have fireballs.
Yeah, we're going fourth. No, I can't do fourth. Third level fireball.
Amazing.
We're gonna 20-foot radius. This boy's big, so
You've got an advantage
He's
as well with
huge.
fairy fire.
it's a dex save. I don't need it.
Save, yeah.
Yeah. Dex. So obviously we're gonna center it so it doesn't hurt my buds. He needs to make a Dex 16 save.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
Fireball on creature. That is a 15.
Ooh, fail. 8d6 damage.
Fuck.
I'm gonna roll this on D&D Beyond because I don't want to roll it by my hand. Okay, it's not great. 24. I got 2 1s on there. But 24 fire damage as this giant ball of fire ignites. And
It
anything
burns off a section of gray fur on the head, and you just see, like, this spiky, scarred, bubbling material on the top.
And the fire spreads around quarters. It ignites flammable objects in the area that are not worn or carried. Yeah, it is anger. It is abjure in a way you have not seen come out of Kiara.
Shit.
You know all those little, like, terrible gray creatures? The, like, death squirrels? They just crawl out of the boulders with their tails singed and flee into the woods.
Sorry, I just, because Novel was on that freaking, on the, like, the cave, I'm just imagining one crawling over them and just going,
Just like, yes!
yeah.
I don't think I have. I do. Let me just check. I think I've used my channel divinity? Yes, I have used my channel divinity. All right, well then that is it.
You do get
for-
channel divinities back on a short rest. So if you had rested at the campfire, like during,
I think mine is long rest because my channel divinity. This is a clerical one.
mm,
Let me just check. Oh, you know what? You're right. With one per short rest, I had it wrong in my spreadsheet. Okay, well, all right. Well, then I'm gonna use my channel divinity to. This doesn't look undead to me, right? I'm gonna
no,
get
it's monstrosity.
I'm just gonna get a spell slot back.
Great.
Yeah.
Sweet. That is Kiara, your turn. The light that you've set off in the forest here is immense. Like tops of trees catch on fire, snow in the vicinity just melts. There is a bright radius of sudden warmth that all of you can feel as it spreads out across the forest. This dispersal of heat before the snow, like the lightly trickling down snow, is gone for at least 15 seconds, where it's all just sort of melted up into the sky from the heat, and then a few small spatters of like water fall down onto the trees around you.
And for flavor, I will say at that moment, y'all see the terrifying part of angelic heritage. Instead of the like ooh part.
Amazing. Kiara, that is your turn.
That is the turn.
Matthias, we're back to you.
Shit. Okay. Well, so here's the thing, is I think, given the fact that Matthias just got healed for like an absurd amount, and it feels, I know, Sarah, you described it as feeling like kind of awful, this like choking sensation, but I think it does feel very familiar. Like the feeling, the cold, and the
Some people like choking.
death. Yeah, I think like this like instant rush of vitality, almost like it feels like his god's presence, like it's breathing down his neck, and then he gets this utter like just like complete rush of vitality, and then this massive explosion goes off in front of him, and I think his nibbles are just really hard right now.
Bone bitches unite.
He just gets like a little boner, involuntary boner, and being thus rejuvenated, is going to take his greatsword in both hands and is going to rush this monster.
Amazing.
Full rush across the field, and I am going to attack him with my sword because I'm a brave boy. All right,
You're so brave.
here we
And
go.
you have advantage.
I
And you have
do,
advantage.
because of fairy fucking fire.
Yeah.
Here we go. 19 to hit first attack.
We'll hit.
Okay, let's do that.
19
can I
just
use my? Can I move my
must.
hunter's mark? Oh wait, no, I just took a shit ton of damage. I probably lost that. I didn't even. I'm just gonna say I lost it. I don't think I'm gonna get it back.
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. That is 10 plus 6 is 16 points of damage on that first hit, and then I cross my body
16
and
points
come
of
back
damage.
again on the downswing. Evanyuch again. That's another dirty 20. And I'm gonna sink a smite into this guy. Just a little first level smite.
He is a monstrosity if this affects anything related to your smite. I'm not sure it does, but
I don't think it does. I don't think I get any benefits from a monstrosity.
I think it's only undead that does extra damage too.
And it's like fiends too. I think they fiend undead.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Divine smite. Yeah, it's undead or fiends get extra d8s.
Yeah.
Alas, this is just a big boy. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. That's 14 points of slashing damage plus 8 and 16 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Gorgeous. The effect of the damage to this thing, you're not cutting open huge wounds on it, you're just trying to harry its face. So I'm going to say you manage with the 2 swipes of your greatsword to effectively blind it on one side, with just like the bursts of light and the blood that starts seeping down over these 3 eyes as you cut across the brow, avoiding, like, dancing out of the way of the giant jaws.
Hell yeah. VJ, is it your birthday?
Monday. It's on Monday.
Okay.
It's my birthday weekend.
Yay, birthday
Happy
weekend!
birthday weekend!
Happy birthday weekend!
Wow.
Okay, and that is gonna be my... Wait, hold on a second. I wonder if I can move back. How far did I run to get to close with this thing?
You were a little closer because it had hit you previously with 10 feet, I'm gonna say. So, like, this boulder is kind of up. 15 feet. You would have had to take 15 feet to close with it.
Okay.
Right back.
What happened?
Just got by the sun.
Jesus. I'm gonna move back.
Okay.
I'm gonna move back 15 feet, and it cannot take an opportunity attack on me. Because I'm special.
I'm God's special little boy.
When I hit a creature with a melee attack, it can't
Nice.
take an opportunity attack until the start of my next turn. So
Very good.
I move back
which
15 feet.
works perfectly for the blinding flavor. So you
Yeah.
scoot back 15 feet.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Maddie. Is that your whole turn? Do you have a bonus action you wanted to use?
That's my turn.
Great. It's Darren's go. The little manifest mind.
Darren.
Go, Darren, go. Since I used the Manifest Mind to cast a spell this round, I feel like I shouldn't have Darren cast spells or use actions. So
That
Darren is just going to use movement, I think. I'll ask him to move. Let's see. Like here, maybe? Yeah. Just to get in a position where maybe we're out of the range
there?
of hitting friends with things, so maybe we can do some nasty
Great.
hits.
He pulls up to another sort of section of boulders and floats above them.
Awesome.
Great, that is Darren's go. And then Vice. Vice is also a little bit closer, actually. Sprints up the 30 feet towards, and then with a crossbow, loads into it an arrow with a sort of unique, like, twist-on head that she pulls out of a bag, and then pulls back and fires towards the monstrosity with a Valerian.
Yes.
Interesting find.
He's right on top of this thing, isn't he?
Yeah. And she crits.
Yes! Go, Vice, go!
Fuck yes. That is going to be... Let's see, the crossbow is a D8. Plus her dex. Okay. That is going to be 15 points of damage plus 12 points of fire damage because she used an explosive arrow.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I decided Vice's toolkit was not sufficient enough, and so I've given her some extra
Oh.
little things because she
Special
needed to be a little more
grandma.
badass. So let's see, that's 12.
Grandma deserves explosions.
15. On the first attack, and then on the second attack, that is a 15 to hit, which will miss. The second arrow just, like, off of the shoulder of this thing doesn't catch or cause damage. And then with her bonus action, I think she's fine. She's going to not spend a superiority dice yet because she hasn't gained. She gets them back on a short rest. No, she's fine for now. Okay, that is Vice's go. Next in the order is back to Tazriel.
Okay, excellent.
I want to say at the top of the order, because you are in this thing's lair, and I didn't do it on initiative 20 for this thing, I need everyone to make everyone in 60 feet, I think it is. Everyone in a 60-foot radius to make a dexterity saving throw. Novel, you have advantage.
23
And
for
everyone
Taz.
gets a +3 from Matthias if they're in 20 feet of him, right?
10 feet,
10 feet.
I think.
I got 15.
It is, the DC is 16.
Aura of protection.
I don't think I'm within 10 feet of him.
This is a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dex
I got a 19.
Okay. So that was a failure for Barden, a failure for Taz. Did you fail? No, you got a 23, right? Okay. And then Kiara, you
Kiara
and-
was by Oasia.
okay, that's going to be for Vice. That is a failure. And Aldris, that is a success. And then who else? Darren doesn't need to make it because he's manifested. Madeira is not in the initiative order. Madeira is not in the initiative order. I need a satyr.
Satyr.
Didn't even know her.
There.
That'd be
She
great.
had run up.
Great-
over
great
here.
Ruffle.
That's not exactly what she looks like, but that's fine. I'm gonna give her a turn after. I'm gonna give her a turn after you, Taz, because that's a natural 20. She's fine. Okay, so everyone who failed, which I think is just Novel and Vice, you fall prone, and you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage because I rolled poorly. Have to 1 or.
Am I prone while I'm still climbing?
Yes, you're knocked off.
Am I knocked off?
No, you just slam your head forward.
Oh, okay. Oh, ow. My teeth. 2 bludgeoning.
As the ground shakes around you, as this thing underground whips its tail back and forth.
Not a tail. Oh no.
With my...
Okay. That is Taz, your go.
Okay. An oldie but a goodie, and I don't have to hide because sneak attack already with advantage. So it's gonna roll the dice.
True.
19?
To hit?
Yes, for the first one.
Yes, that'll hit.
Fuck
Just
yeah.
hits.
Oh, and because I'm doing sneak attack, I need the big boy to make an intelligence saving throw, DC 16.
Okay.
I will
that
be
is a
really
1,
happy.
Yeah. Okay.
which is
If this thing is intelligent, I'll be delighted.
which is a -3.
Love that for me. Okay. I
Doesn't
don't.
even have a brain cell.
So because you said its intelligence can't go down any further if it's lower than a 6, and I don't think I get the
Yes.
boost, but I do
No, it
get.
can't go down further, but you do get extra damage.
I do get the extra damage, and I get my psionic die, one of my dies back because that is not tied to
Yeah.
getting the intelligence. Okay. So for this first attack is going to take. Okay.
Let's see. Damn,
6,
so
10, 15, 15, 19, 23 points of psychic damage for the first attack. And then second attack with my offhand. Yeah, 18 plus stuff. It's going to be 6 more points of psychic damage.
Okay, you guys have in total done 142 points of damage to this thing.
How's it looking?
It is bloodied.
Whoa.
Okay. Dope.
So this psychic damage has the head back and forth batting in the clearing.
And okay, Taz is
doesn't really Reek either. It just sort of like huffs out with this more of this breath pouring out into the clearing.
Mm-hmm. Taz is gonna. God, what is he doing? How far?
So
Yeah,
that was
Taz
attack.
Yeah, he's going
Yes.
to back up so that he's 60 feet away. So
Okay, and where were you previously? You were
I was
A
behind
tree,
the
yeah.
tree. Yeah, I was behind that tree, so right here.
Okay. Excellent.
And that is your boy's turn.
All right. Aldris, in this tree form, is going to sort of slide around to get a beeline on the creature from where he is. And then as he fires out with this same longbow, you see these two like shoots, these little pieces of wood are kind of wrapped around the arrow as it fires from his hand. So he technically would make this with advantage, but Fairy Fire gives him advantage anyway from being a great tree. That is...
What a great tree.
11 is 18, which is going to miss. Second attack. Okay, that will hit. And then he hits with his longbow, and then an additional d6, so that is 12. 14 points of damage on his hit, and then as a bonus action, because he's still concentrating on Great Tree, he is going to turn invisible. And that is his turn. He sort of steps into one of the shadows of the tree and just dissipates from where he is. That is Aldrich's go. It is now the creature's turn. Alright. Using its movement, it pulls itself sort of as far as it can get out of the cave, which is going to put it in melee range with Barden, Matthias, and Madeira, where she is. Oh, Madeira didn't get to go. She'll go first. I think she deserves a turn. The satyr, who is sort of on all fives, Matthias barely paying attention to her because of how small and diminutive the figure is compared to like this giant monstrosity, just sort of puffs out like a concerned little sigh, and then her body shifts even more down to the ground if that's possible, and the fur on the back kind of explodes out like someone releasing their hair from a very tight bun into like a puff of huge, like snarled dark fur. And then from beneath this mound of fur, the head comes up again with the eyes just so bloodshot they are almost red, but still these like pitiful looking soft eyes. And she is going to cast, let's see if this works, I think it's, I've got to double check the spell. One moment.
I love her. I kiss.
Yeah, who thinks you're gonna have to kill her afterwards?
She casts Dominate Monster.
Oh. Yes. Does it?
This creature needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. If you or creatures that are friendly to you are fighting it, it has an advantage. Okay.
Didn't hit.
No, it failed.
Oh.
She tilts her head up to it and says, I'm scared. Won't you protect me? And the eyes of this creature sort of blink on one side and then kind of like snuffles a little bit and noses at this hunched over creature. And it is charmed for the duration. And then she says, I don't want to run anymore. And it turns from where it is on its turn away from Matthias to where Aldris disappeared. And then takes one hand, a giant leveling swing just towards the trees and swipes across with a 23 to hit on the first, and a non-natural 20 to hit on the second. So that is going to be... He has 10 temporary HP to roll a bunch of damage. Let me see if I can roll it in multiverse altogether. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 10. Okay, 30 points of bludgeoning damage to Aldris, and he was at...
Oof.
Aldris is... He pulls the hand back, and there is a crumpled, unconscious figure clutched in it, dragging towards the mouth of this creature. And then he opens and bites. He has advantage because he is...
He got
That is going to be... That will
Hold on,
definitely
wait. This creature was
Yeah.
within
Yeah, we're in melee range.
5 feet
You're in
of me,
melee
right?
range. Yeah.
So I can take an attack on it when
You
it
can
makes
do
an
that.
attack on a target other than me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Would Matthias do that while under the thing of the satyr? Does that do
Yeah.
anything?
It would...
It's not protecting her.
Yeah,
There is a war here, Maddie, between your god and your oath, and a unnatural presence that you're under. So, if you think that attacking the creature upon seeing it kill Aldris would in some way relate to your oath, like protecting Aldris in this moment, or attacking the creature would relate to your oath, then I'm going to say that the charming effect is asking you to do something that goes against your nature, and it'll give you a chance to break free.
that's hot.
Damn it. Fucking Christ. I mean, just knowing... Damn it, I didn't want to kill him!
I just wanted to fuck him up. I didn't want him to die.
I didn't want to kill him, I just thought that he wanted to kill me! Shit. I don't know if there's anything necessarily in my oath that would block this, except...
I tried to Google it like it's a real, like it's a... like it's a
Oh,
not
I
hover.
mean... Except for the fact that this is sort of my domain, and...
I think the last one,
Yeah.
maybe. It would either be the first one or the last one.
That's what I think as well.
Yeah. I'll give you a chance for it.
Yeah. Oh, where did I put my d20? Oh, here it is. What do I have
Okay.
to do? I don't want him to kill him. I want to try and, like... I don't think I could kill this, like, knock this creature out with one hit, but...
You could try... So the charming effect that's on the creature right now is telepathic link, precise control. Each time the target takes damage, it makes a new wisdom saving throw against the spell. So if you do damage to it, the monster gets to save again.
Okay. Okay. Alright. I can't imagine this thing is a particularly good save, but I'm just gonna try and hit it.
Alright. Okay.
Give
So give
advantage.
me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Okay. Okay. That is a 23.
Okay. You see the transformation, and Aldris getting scooped up, about to be devoured. You are instantly reminded, Matthias, of watching a young recruit from the Order of Black Ice just disappear into the maw of a gigantic creature. And something breaks, like a bell chime, and you feel your grip on your sword tighten. You have a moment here. You no longer feel that protective urge towards the thing next to you.
Okay. For a second. Some clarity. I'm gonna try and attack. Come on.
Advantage.
Oh, that's right, because it's fairy fire.
Mhm, Fairy fire. Still got fairy fire.
Okay, that's a 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, I'm gonna put a second level smite into this thing.
Nice.
Smite. Ah.
Okay, here we go. That's good lord. Oh, good lord. Okay. Sorry, that's 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 6 is
14.
14.
Mhm.
And then that is, since it's second level, what is that? 10 18, because that's 3d8 for a second level smite, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. So that's another 18 points of radiant damage, just trying to hit this
Okay.
thing.
So 14 plus 18. Now I've got to do some math again. Give me just a
You're
second.
so brave.
It's the most suspense math that
I
I've
think
got
that's
to do.
32.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the most nervous I've been in a while with this game.
Jesus.
And I don't even like the guy that much. It just feels weird letting him die.
It would be convenient if
Okay.
you did, but
Your
got
strike is not
people
enough
shooting.
to take it out, but as it like leans forward and extends, you can shove your sword up into the throat and catch it. The blood pouring down the blade, it feels lighter in your hand. It's easy, an extension of you. And then I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw with advantage because you are being attacked. What is this thing's? Okay,
What
that's
is this
close.
thing,
That's really
Kristen?
close.
Does it get a +3 because it's within 10 feet of me and it's a save?
Do you consider it an ally?
Man, for the benefits of aura protection, kinda.
I mean, you are killing it.
You know what? Does anyone have an inspiration point to spend here? Because I will allow Maddie to make that thing an ally if someone
Oh.
spends inspiration on it.
I have one.
Oh, go ahead.
I have one. Go for it.
Okay, it's a pretty twisted use of your ability here, but because you have the force of your oath behind it,
Hey,
What?
instead of using an inspiration, Alex, I do have a channel divinity
Ooh.
that is usually used as an action, but allows me to assert control over my own form. So I can.
No, I think the inspiration here. The
Okay.
inspiration here is good.
Cool.
It rolled a 17. It has a -2, which would be a 15, and her DC is 16. So with the +3, from 15 to +3, that's an 18 on the save, which means the dominate releases. As you attack with the force of your oath. So as it's pulling Aldris up to its mouth, this thing is not super smart, and it is likely to eat the things that it picks up, but it does understand the effect of being charmed, and it does understand what just happened. Because it's almost like the magic itself is what conveys it. You know how like Friends makes a creature hostile, the
Yeah.
charming effect? It's not the magic itself whiplashes back towards the caster. And so it turns its jaw, it drops Aldris unconscious next to it, and with the next bite, turns to where Madeira and Maddie are standing next to each other, and just down over the two of them.
That's fair.
Okay.
So that is going to be a 22 to hit both of you.
Uh-huh.
And in the dark of this thing's jaws, as they close around you, you take 22 points of piercing damage. Just from, like, this isn't even being crunched. That's just, like, the force of
Oh.
scraping past this thing's teeth. And then, within the dark of this thing, this red glow, this wispy glow, is emitting from Madeira, twisting around, and the wounds that you just suffered, you can see the blood mists out and pools out, swirling around her as she straightens up. You see dark red skin, black eyes, shriveled hair leaning back into this matted coat of dark red and brown. And you are inside the jaws of a render with a blood hag.
Super cool.
And that is where we're going to leave our session.
No!
It was my turn. I had things.
Oh, gotta remember him.
Oh, yeah, I'm writing down before I forget.
We're going to leave it there.
Write it
because
down.
We are now, I think, at like 3.5 hours, coming
Yeah.
close to it.
3 hours, because we started a little.
3 hours we started
Yeah.
late. And I want to give us time here. So if you write down what you wanted to do next. I want to leave it on a fun little cliffhanger here. Yeah. Thank you for watching Strange Hungers. Pooja, you look so stressed.
Oh my god.
Amazing. I think next weekend is Thanksgiving, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm not sure we'll have an episode, but please check on our social media for more updates about what we're getting up to. You can find previous episodes of Strange Hungers at youtube.com/TotalPartyKiss, and you can find more about our other shows on our socials at Total Party Kiss everywhere. I also want to give a shout out that tonight I'm going to be on a charity stream for Doctors Without Borders, twitch.tv/rollingforcharity, playing Vampire the Masquerade at 6 p.m. EST. Our friend Aaron is part of a great charity event, so throughout this whole weekend there will be ongoing stuff on Rolling for Charity. Anything else that anyone else wants to shout out before we close?
That's all.
That's all.
Oh,
That's it.
Do we have any media other
Yeah.
than Twitter?
We
Insta? We
do
do on
sometimes
Insta.
use Insta, but
And
it's hard. We
we
don't
have
keep
YouTube.
up with it as much. We do it with YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
I think maybe they mean like us as players. I'm not sure if our like
us as
instas are
players,
listed.
Actually,
I
We
think
can-
if you
chat
put
chat
exclamation point SH into the chat, you can see all of our cards, and a bunch of those have.
and I think most of us are on Blue
Blue
Sky
Sky.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I need to update it.
Also,
Yeah,
Oh my
I haven't
gosh.
used Linktree in a while because of
I gotta update that.
NFTs or some shit.
Cool. And thank you to Soundtail for our music,
Yeah.
and our cool maps are from One More Multiverse. They have a awesome virtual tabletop platform, so go check them out.
E.
Oh my goodness.
And I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and
Thank you.
happy holidays.
Wow.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh my goodness.